Well, let's get a one time. This is the Cast Podcast. What's up with our guest Elexis Ansley. Alexis Ansley was, I'm sorry about that.
Are you straight?
Thank you for coming on. This is Sammy BE. I'm the host with the co-host Luisa L.
Hello.
Hey,
Luisa, what's good?
Hi, what's good?
On my right side, we have on the boards Don Sterling. What's up?
What's up, John?
All right, cool, man. Alexis, right? That's how you Alexis.
Alexis, yeah.
Alexis,
mm-hmm.
Okay. We have a chart topper here on the cast. When we make it, when someone likes, your Instagram, and then you find out, and it's like a Billboard chart topping dance, EDM, Techno diva, and you're like, I have to get her on the show. It just makes sense. Alexis,
I appreciate you guys having me.
No, thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
All right, man. I mean, you're hot out there, man. We see you from all over, from over here.
Thank you
New
so
York.
much.
Yeah, in New York. You know what I mean?
Alexis, one thing that I noticed that I read is that you started playing the flute at age 9. I started playing the flute when I was 8, so we have that in common.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I love the flute, man.
Do you still play?
Yeah, I still play. Not as much as I used to now, but yeah, I love playing instruments. I play a whole bunch of different things, but flute's always been my main principal instrument besides voice, of course.
That's awesome. Yeah, I studied the flute as well. I still play.
You guys can be like flute twins.
We should do flute duets.
Yeah,
that would be
yeah.
It could be like a nightmare special on Netflix or something. You know what I mean? Like Blood Sisters, but it's like flute sisters or something. You know what I mean? Crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right, let's get into it because I know you're very busy. Let's find out like the background of Alexis. First of all, congratulations. Can I get another one time, John, for Alexis? Being on the Billboard chart topper. I think you started on like number 40, 45, and then I think Luisa, you said it went up to number 15, 16.
You're single one life, right? Uh-huh.
Yeah, it debuted at 46 and it peaked at 16.
Congrats, man.
How long did it take you?
One time for that. One time.
How long did it take to go from 46 to 16?
I'd have to think about that. I want to say about 5 weeks.
Oh, that's amazing.
Don't quote me on it, but yeah. It was on there for a while. It was so nice to watch it climb the chart, and I was just so happy to get a top 20 for my first record on the
that's
chart.
huge.
So,
that's
thank
huge,
you so
man.
much. Thank you.
How long have you been a songwriter?
I've been writing songs all my life, but I recently started just delving into it more and studying with a mentor who's a Grammy Award-winning songwriter, and so I've been writing seriously, for the past 3 or 4 years.
Got you.
Yeah.
Luisa wanted to know, because she's Italian, but she said you have like this Latina background thing going on. I know you.
I was curious where you're from, like what your name, and like I think Spanish.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
A lot of people think that, and I do speak some Spanish, but I am not actually a Latina. My mom was born in Saigon. She's half Vietnamese, so I'm a quarter Vietnamese.
Oh, wow.
My dad's white with the blonde hair, blue eyes, and all that. So.
Exotic. My type. Nice.
Cute.
Thank you.
So let's speak about your endeavors. Obviously we're gonna speak about the music, but I also see that you've done you're an actress. Let's just be politically correct.
Yeah.
You say actor, but now you got to be like actress because she's a female. So let's speak about that before we go into more of the techno and the music side. So you just like an all around. You think that's the climate where we're in right now in the entertainment business? Is like you can't just be like a musician. It's like you have to be a media mogul or some type of media endeavor because it's like a whole package now for the audience.
Yeah. I mean, I think that, however many avenues that you can go into, the better. But I mean, I don't necessarily think it's a necessity, but for me, it's just, I love all forms of the arts, and that was just something that I wanted to pursue So I actually went to school at the Lee Strasberg Institute in New York a few years ago now. And I've rented a couple of roles in a feature film since then. And I'm really excited about this one project called Role Play. And it's a trilogy, and we start filming next summer. So that's like
nice. You definitely have to,
yeah.
You know, I needed some extra roles. You know, if you want to add some extra people,
I'll put a good word in.
Yeah, definitely. You got to do that. Now let's get into I guess your first passion is the music, right? That's your first.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so your music, you know, it reminds me of like you're like a younger version, and this is a compliment, like a younger version of Celine Dion, but like techno. You know what I mean? Like the techno.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I mean?
Techno Celine Dion.
Yeah, like it's weird. It's like because it's you know, I'm not really big on like, you know, the genres. You know, I just like good music. Like if it's good, then I like it. You know what I mean? And your music is really, you know, I don't know if you put it dance, or you put electro, or you put it EDM or dub. How do you characterize the sound that you're trying to profess to the audience?
I mean, it's electronic pop. Would it be a good, you know, genre for that? Yeah.
Okay, electronic pop. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
I'm curious, is your music big in Europe? Because I know that obviously, you know, all of this kind of this category, if you will, I guess, is like,
yeah,
you know,
definitely.
You know what I mean? So have you found a lot of success? Have you toured over in Europe?
I haven't yet. I'm really looking forward to it, though. I mean, like, anywhere that people, you know, want to hear my music, I'll go, you know. So I just can't wait to tour the world. That's the next big thing for me.
Got you.
That's exciting.
So are you just what are you doing right now? Like, you just focusing on the music, or like are you touring? What do you? I mean, you're a Billboard artist. I mean, like, are you signed to a major? Are you going to be signed to a major, or what are you kind of just weighing your options?
I'm hoping to be signed to a major soon. I'm working with some new guys. Their name's Club Jumpers, and that's why I'm here in Texas, in San Antonio. I'm going to record a couple songs with them. And I teamed up with them for my Billboard chart topper, you know, One Life. And they did a remix for me, and everybody loved it. It was the highest selling remix that I had and the highest streams. So yeah, I'm out here working with them and just making more music. And then I also have another song that's going to be premiering on the Billboards probably next month, Light Shower. I think you guys might have seen that one.
Yeah, that's the newest. That's the latest joint.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about that one. That one's like my baby. You know, it's my favorite piece of art that I've made so far. So
can I ask you something, like, because, you know, I started in music. My first love as well was music growing up, and like, just in terms of your process and how you write songs, like, you know, how long would you say it takes you from the initial thought, perhaps, of like what you would like a song to be, to, like, you know, the final product? Like, what is your journey, so to speak, in your mind and your heart? Like,
that's a good question. You know, I would say on average, depending on the song, every song is different. I would say 6 months. I don't like to rush my art. So if it's not coming to me, then I need to marinate it on some more. So, I mean, 6 months is I'd say about 5 sessions, and five 5-hour sessions probably, and then a mastering session
in the studio.
So however long it takes, but however long in between I need to kind of tweak it and to make it perfect in every way that I can possibly do it in my mind. You know, I would really like to take my time with my art. I don't like to rush anything. If the art is telling me, hey, we need more time, I'll push back a release date just because I love my art that much, you know?
Right. Yeah. It's always curious to ask the question because, you know, so many different artists take different approaches. And I know that some artists, you know, they kind of can they speed bang out songs and then they kind of go back and revisit it later on. So it's just interesting to know. Yeah, that's really cool. It's interesting.
Yeah, and usually when I'm working on one song, I'm working on like three more at the same time. So I'm working on 4 or 5 songs at the same time, you know?
Wait, so when you take like 6 months, that on one song, or that just like a few songs at a time for like 5-6 months that you're
It's a few songs at a time, really, but they kind of all overlap because one will be in one stage and one will be in another and one will be in another. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, how does that work with the deadlines with the label though? Like, if you have to push on an album, which is 12 to 14 songs, or is it less now? I guess maybe less. I'm not sure. You know, they like, okay, well, you know, does that put a constraint on the time? 6 months.
Sure. I mean, if a label steps to me and says, hey, can you do a single for me in this amount of time? We're going to bang it out. You know what I mean?
Right.
But right now I'm signed to my own label, so I don't have to worry about that. And as long as I keep, songs coming one behind the other, I'm okay, because I'm just doing singles right now. A lot of people don't really buy albums these days unless it's, somebody that they already know, somebody they already know and love, so new music is it's kind of better nowadays to market it by the single, because then you can really target, who's going to like this song, if they're different genres and things like that. It's just better to do it that way in this day and age, in my opinion.
What's the name of your label?
Ninth Dimension Records.
Ninth Dimension.
Ninth, like the number 9?
Ninth Dimension.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually a very good point, though, that you're saying, too. Because, if I think about it myself, it's kind of like you really would only be interested in buying an album, I guess, if it's somebody that you really know and follow for a while. So,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
it's pretty cool.
The fact that you hit Billboards, you hit Billboards damn near, or you hit the ground running. I'm sure that there's like a couple of major labels, because people independently just don't hit Billboards and then rise to the top 20. Like, I guess that you've risen to. So, I mean, any label you want to kind of, shout out that are kind of watching you right now, or you want to kind of keep that on the wraps? Or because me, I'm looking at it like this. If you're on Billboards, the fact that you're just on Billboard 100 is a blessing. So for you to just be hitting top 50 and top 20 independently, that's, pretty good, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, most of the people in the top 20 are signed with the label, if not a major independent label. So it was kind of difficult, to get all the way up there. But, I think that the music speaks for itself. And, I have a great team that's all behind this. And I have a group of wonderful DJs who remix my records and everything. So it's all a team thing. And we all pitch in and we all help for the vision, So it's just really about that. But yeah, for Light Shower, I am hoping to get a top 10, just because, like you're saying, like it would be great to step to a label and be like, look, I've got a top 20 and I've got a top 10. Let's work.
When you hit the Billboards, when people hit the Billboards, especially independently, is the touring now, like, do promoters hit you up now because you're in top 20, or how does that really work, independently?
Not as many as I expected. Yeah. I mean, I have my own set of things going on from projects I've done, but not yet from Billboards. I mean, I think it's more of a thing where it's like, if you've been on the Billboard for just one song, it's like, okay, they want to see what do you got next.
Yeah.
If you've been on it once, was it just a one-hit wonder type thing, or is she a real artist? Is she going to give us something more? And I think that that's what they're waiting to see.
Wow, but I would think that at least touring would be, because, I was just, there's a young hip hop artist, and he actually kind of took the influence of country music. His name is Lil Nas X. And just off that one song, which is like, people are comparing it to like genres of country and hip hop meshed together, he was able to get the deal signed to, I think, Sony Columbia. And,
nice, yeah.
And he's still just rocking off that one single. So I'm like, you were able to do that independently, the top 20 independent. So I would think that, these promoters, like, Luisa was saying, like European, Asian, Latin American, just different places will be hitting you just because, obviously, your rate is cheaper because you're independent. But, they should start grabbing you now, because once you sign that major and you hit the Billboards, when you sign a major, the label's going to want you to be, the money gets higher.
I think a lot of it, too, is luck, it sucks because there really are a lot of amazing musicians out there, but you just won't really hear of a lot of them, and there's so much talent that just goes under the radar.
True.
Well, that's why I think that the Billboard separates those. You know what I'm saying? Like when you make it, in my opinion.
I mean, because just like Alexis, she's, if I may say that, she's amazing. She's on the Billboards herself, but then at the same time, she just mentioned that, like she would expect more promoters, perhaps maybe to like reach out to her. But I feel like a lot of it is just the full package, because unfortunately, it's funny because somebody there's like a meme going around that it said, you know, I miss when ugly people made music because back in the day, it was about more the actual talent behind the voice, behind the way that somebody plays their instrument. And these days, as much as it is like, yes, people do have a lot of talent, but it's about the full package. Like, how do you look? How do you present yourself? It's really about image as well as it is about your talent. So, and a lot of it is luck too. You know, who you meet, who happens to put their eye on you.
There's still a lot of ugly people making music. It's just the packaging. Of how they're making it, you know what I mean? The people that the money behind them and package them, you know, it's changed and stuff. So there's still a lot of other people.
Elexis, by any means, I mean, you're amazing. I love your music. I've definitely dove into it myself, and I think it's really cool. And what you're doing is amazing. You know, it's all about the hustle until it's not. You know, so.
Yeah, and I'm working hard to prove myself and, you know, prove that my art is, you know, like worthy and people want to listen to it, and, you know, and I'm not going to stop doing that, you know, until I make it, you know. Right. That's what you got to believe in your dreams.
Yes.
Is your team you have management reaching out to promoters so you could do more touring? Because that's the thing now, like, artists definitely have to hit the road, like, they're now, I think, the whole year almost. Are you doing more touring? Yeah, definitely.
I have a manager who's reaching out to people, emailing people all the time. I'm going to be doing some touring actually in Ecuador because I shot one of my music videos there, and I did some press interviews, and they really loved me out there, and I speak Spanish, so it just works. So I'm probably going to go back to Ecuador and do some touring and a formal press conference.
Nice. Do you have shows coming up like in the States here, and where at?
No, I don't have anything coming up anytime soon, but we are working on a lot of things for like the fall time. Because basically what happened was I was supposed to be filming a movie this summer, and then we landed a major director and he had a scheduling conflict. So then that got moved to next summer. So now I have a free summer. So to decide what movie.
Oh shoot! But that's no. That's like a universe though, because if you're telling me. So this summer now is going to be postponed to next summer, but next summer you could be blown up, man. You could be out doing music with Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and all. You know what I mean? You don't want to do how's that schedule look in 2020 in the summer? You know, and not only that's election week. You know,
also you can say that the universe opened up her path for this summer, so now she can just grind and like.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's too far in advance for them to just be like, oh, we're gonna just postpone it a whole year. That's a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully the director's name is a real good one, and it's going to really help the movie a lot. And, you know, sometimes it helps to have, like, a really amazing movie. Like, you know, like J-Lo with Selena, you know? Like, if you come out in a movie and your music is popping, like, people are going to notice you even more. So it might just be, like you were saying, you know, like, just the universe aligning everything the way that it's supposed to be.
Right.
You know, and I can only hope for the best.
I fully believe in that. So fully believe in that.
Me too.
Yeah. Keep grinding, because you're definitely doing your thing out there. And I don't know. I mean, do you have anything else, Luisa?
Well, I don't know. I'm just curious. Like, so you mainly live in Miami, is that right?
Yeah.
That's where she's from. I think you're from Miami.
Is that right?
I actually was raised in Maryland, and I was born in Florida.
Florida. Okay,
I had Florida prepaid college. Then I came back to Florida when I was 18 to go to college and all that, and then I moved to Miami, and I just fell in love with it so much, and I've been there for a while.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Gotcha.
But actually, go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say, like, every time I've been to Miami, I've loved it, and I love the weather, and I just want to like stay forever.
Yeah, man, I love Miami so much. I love the water. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. What you say? It's my fault. Sorry about that.
What happened?
No. I was saying, Luisa, go ahead.
No, because I thought Elexis was going to say something. That's so funny.
Oh,
I was going to say something earlier. Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm also like a passionate advocate for female body image. I don't know if you guys saw my documentary, but I lost over 100 pounds in 2009. And
oh man, that's cool.
Yeah, so I'm really big into, like, you know, female positivity, like body image and just loving yourself the way you are. And just helping young girls realize their worth and that sort of thing. So that's another thing that I have that I'm just real passionate about. Just helping the community, you know. I just feel like it's such a thing going on right now where it's just that kids and women, you know, we have this society that says you should look a certain way or you should be like this or that. And I think that it's just a time for us all to like heal together and to accept ourselves and to love ourselves the way we are. So yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up because I actually was watching something with John Legend's wife, Christy. What's her name? I'm sorry. She's gonna. John Legend's wife is Christy Teigen. Teigen, is that?
Yeah.
Christy Teigen. And they were saying, you know, she was saying like, you know, this whole thing with, you know, women empowerment and body shaming that's going around in Hollywood and in the entertainment. So that's cool that you bring that up because, you know, she was saying, you know, she gained so much weight when, you know, especially during pregnancy and, you know, post-traumatic, postpartum. Yeah, you know, so all that. So that's cool. Is that an initiative that you're going to keep working towards or whatever, even after you blow up? Because that's where you're going to
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I feel like it's such a big issue. People look at me and they say, oh, she's so pretty and this and that, and she's so talented, but they don't know, you know, I've been where they might be, you know, or they were or whatever. So I think it's just a good way to keep myself humble and then to also let other people know, like, hey, I've been you and you can be where I am right now, you know, just empower other people to go after what they want.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, I mean, we definitely thank you for coming out. Can I get a one time?
Thank you so much for having me.
One time for Elexis Ansley. You know, we definitely appreciate you.
Instagram.
Yeah. We definitely reach out. You know, we'll keep monitoring your career, and then, you know, when you get too successful, don't forget about little all us. You know, hopefully.
You're gonna be right up there.
Yeah.
You're gonna be right there.
Put me some of these your comedies, some skits or something, man. I can do the skits or interludes, you know, something. Yeah, album or some acting gigs. All right, this is Elexis Ansley. This is the cast, and you know, we thank you one time for Elexis Ansley.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much for having me. Nice to meet you too. It's been a pleasure.
Likewise. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Oh my God. So Elexis Ansley, she was amazing. I loved her. We're definitely going to follow her. And speaking of, you know, just Billboard chart topping artists, we have Cardi B. Oh, about to face 1 year in jail, bitches.
Nah,
What's
she's not.
happening?
I don't think so.
What's happening? What's happening with this bitch?
Oh my God!
You know what I'm saying?
Luisa has so much to drink today. Like, this is crazy. Nah. But no, I don't think. I don't think she's gonna face anything. I think she just didn't like the police. This is a game of chess when you deal with the DAs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't like what they give. She has money. She's gonna fight it. It's not gonna. They're gonna give her something. But she just didn't like the plea that they gave. That's all.
Remember, like, what was this, last summer or something, when she was in the strip club and she got into a fight with Nicki Minaj? This is the issue.
No, that wasn't even the strip. That was the after party. I think Fashion Week.
No, it was arrested over an strip club fight.
No, it was a fight. It was a fight at the Vogue Fashion Week. It was the after party at the I think Vogue or one of these joints in New York City. It was Fashion Week.
Well, I'm reading it right here.
One of them is Jade, who's dating Tekashi 6ix9ine. Look it up. I mean, we got Google. Bring it.
Well, either way, she is set to be arraigned on the 29th of October. So we'll see if this artist is gonna be doing some jail time. That's a lot of time. And the lawyer's gonna come with something and he's gonna get out. It's not even. I know, right? She has too much money for this shit anymore.
That's first of all, yeah. And these lawyers know how to finagle it. You just have to have the bag. It's all about the BAGG.
I know. I really like her though. You know, at first, I have to be honest. When she first came out into the scene, I was like, who the hell is this? You know? Because then you're like hearing her speak and you know, people have said this time and time again that she's not very eloquent. I guess.
Articulate with the
Yeah,
way.
she's not very articulate.
Well, maybe she is articulate, but she just spins it in a way where it's a little bit more hood or whatever.
Yeah, but then that nobody understands. But then it's fun. I've really grown to love her though. I think it's a Bronx thing because what up, BX. But at the same time, I understand her. I do. I love her, and I think she's sweet. I think she's sweet, but I think she fights, and I don't like that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Even her, she has she has to two-peat with the album. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, she has that curse too. She can't be that one of like Elexis Ansley that we just had said about like the one-hit wonder syndrome. You know what I mean?
Nah, but Cardi B is definitely not a one-hit anything. She's been multiple hits.
No, but I'm saying as far as the album is concerned, she's definitely gonna drop another album. It's not gonna be. And she definitely have to
be dropping it at home or from her jail cell. One of these.
I don't think so.
I'm just saying.
And Cardi, Luisa's saying that, so don't get mad. We want you on the show. Don't me. We want you on the show. We want you on the show. All right, man. Well, I mean, we had a good interview. You know what I mean? That's the hot topic. You know what I'm saying? This is what episode is it? 7? All right, the podcast. Episode 7, the cast interview with Elexis Ansley. Let's get on one more time. Time for that. And I'm your host, Sammy BE, Bizman Bass, along with Luisa L, Luisa Model. And our IG and Twitter is right there in the captions. And John Don Sterling, of course. The Rock the Block.
Rock the Block, John Don Sterling.
John, state your IG, Twitter, baby. State your IG. The drama block. The drama block. Rock the block. You ready?
The drama block, bro.
Stay blessed. God bless. That's it.